Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy. It's a pleasure. It's always an honor to be out in nature and greeting you, bring this message of emancipation to you, pointing you to look inwardly, to discover that your real identity is your divinity. And that is why I want to speak to you concerning how you can change your circumstances by accepting your God power. And there has been a teacher, a mentor by the name of Abdullah, the black mystic from Ethiopia, who happened to be my ancestor. He was the mentor of Neville Goddard, who taught Neville Goddard how to go about creating his reality consciously, and how that it is his own circumstances that he must deal with in his life by understanding how he must come in touch with the God power that he can use to achieve his every desire. So my brother and my sisters, the greatest discovery that you can experience is knowing that circumstances are not the creatures. Man is not the creature of circumstances, but circumstances are the creatures of man. You create them. In other words, not until you accept that your real identity is your divinity, and you accept your God self, and you come to understand through Christianity, which will teach you your true nationality and your true identity and your true story, you would be able to overcome his story or the other story that they've been telling you that didn't come from your experience. So everything that we believe here is what was told to us. And Neville was still living and vibrating under that kind of mindset. But Abdullah taught Neville that if he want to champion over all of his circumstances or his fears or the things that he would create in his life, he must understand what it means to discover this creative power of imagination. And so Abdullah did a work on the behalf of Neville by putting him in a place where he would feel this burning desire to travel to Barbados. And because of this burning desire, Abdullah was able to teach him how to use his imagination, which is his true God self, his higher self, to create his reality consciously. And I'm saying all of this because many of you are facing certain circumstances right now. There's a lot of uncertainty seems to be going around right now. But it all have to do with your perception and what level of consciousness you are dwelling. And I'm saying to you, if you've been moved, if you've been shaken in any way, I'm here to encourage you that you can change all of your circumstances as long as you discover your higher self, your God self, your true self. Because you're told that whenever you discover your true self, you have discovered the kingdom. And when you discover the kingdom, you have discovered the secret of creation, and that you will be able to create consciously. That's why I said to you that all these things that you so desire in this world, they will be added unto you. That adding unto you means that you can attract them because you understand the secret of finding yourself, the secret of knowing your true self. And you've been pointed to look inwardly. For example, in Luke 17:21, it tells you, do not let anyone tell you, lo here or lo there, for the kingdom of God is within you. So Abdullah was teaching Neville how to discover the kingdom of God that is within himself, to be his imagination, and how to use his imagination to change the circumstances, to create, to change his destiny. Because, as I said before, Neville was without work and he had no money. But Abdullah was teaching him that a change of thought, as I would have said before, also can be a change of destiny. But you have to understand who is God in man. That's why Abdullah taught him that God in man is man's imagination, that the eternal body of man is the imagination, and that is God himself, and there's no other God. Which means those people who believe in a God outside of themselves, I believe in that God is a man in the sky. I believe in a man 2,000 years ago. I believe in the greatest lie that have been ever told to humanity, which is the Jesus and Mary story as literal and as secular history. As long as you believe that, then you will be trapped. And when you've been trapped, you will never understand. When you're trapped, I should say, you will never understand what it means to discover your true self. Because you will be now living in fear and doubt because you do not know who you are. So Abdullah's teacher never got all of these things. But the main thing was to come to know who you are. And that is why this message, it is the message of salvation, which is self-realization. That's the only true salvation there is. So my brother and my sisters, as I continue to point you to look within, as Abdullah would have taught Neville to look within, I'm saying to you, the most powerful thing in this world is knowing who you are, because we all were born here in a state called amnesia. Therefore, there must be a time when you must wake up out of the dream and realize that this is all a dream, and that you are the creator beholding the creation. You are the perceiver beholding the perception. And when you know that, you'll be able also to create your reality consciously. So that was what Abdullah really was teaching Neville Goddard, so he would be able to teach humanity also. So my brother and my sisters, overcome your circumstances, or take care of your circumstances by accepting your God self, your higher self, which is your true identity. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to say, if what I'm saying here to you, if it's really resonating with you and you haven't subscribed already, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.